Hi guys, it's Laura, and in today's video I'm gonna be doing a Let's Talk About Saudi Arabia Part 2. When I did Let's Talk About Saudi Arabia Part 1, I feel like I didn't mention a lot of topics that I should have, and so I decided to do a second part just to be able to talk to you about them too. First of all, I'm gonna be talking about traffic. I could say traffic is the worst advantage of Saudi Arabia since it is kind of a chaos, I gotta say. I feel like there's not much control since, for example, you can see people my age driving. I have seen people my age driving, and I feel like if the other countries put a rule of having to be a certain age to drive, it's because of a reason. And in other countries, at least in Spain or America or Europe, you won't see anybody driving with their phones, like on their phones, because it's totally prohibited. But here, you turn your head, you see somebody on their phones. You turn your head, somebody on their phones. Look forward, somebody on their phones. Everybody's on their phones while driving, and here it is allowed, and you don't have to wear your seatbelts. So like, if you don't wear it, no one is gonna stop you and be like, why aren't you wearing your seatbelts? Like, this is not allowed. No, they won't say anything. But in Spain, otherwise, they will. So there are a lot of difference, and it is really not safe and not comfortable to drive in Saudi Arabia. Since, for example, in Spain, if you go on the middle line of the street, of the road, you will see that no one will come faster than you on your right, but they will do it from your left, at least in Spain. But here, you are on the middle line, and you can see people going faster from the right, from the left, you don't know where they come from, but they just go. And they change from the left line all to the right line in 1 second. Literally, they go like this on the street. They don't put like the lights to advise you that they're taking a turn or anything. They just turn. I feel like they just want to get to their destination, and they don't really care how they have to drive or what they have to do in order to get there. They just want to get there, and they're not gonna move, they're not gonna stop for you, you're gonna stop for them. I feel like that's how they believe driving is, because it's a bit crazy, on the roads. There's always crashes every day, and it's sad, but that's how it gotta be. I mean, you gotta have some rules. They don't leave a space between one car and another. They call this distance. I've seen people at the end, they gotta crash. They gotta be a crash to finish this. I mean, if you're this distance and the other one stops suddenly, boom, it has to happen. It's a bit of a chaos. It makes you tired just to have to drive, to be alert all the time, looking there if someone's gonna come, or looking there if someone comes, or someone's on their phone. Be careful, they're not gonna do anything crazy, like turn quickly or something. And there's also a lot of drifting, which is a car just going like that crazy. In Spain, they literally could stop you and really put a big... You'll be in great trouble from doing that. But here, something normal. They literally just move from line to line and go around, and they don't care if something happens. They just want to have fun. I feel like that's how they see it. I don't know. I don't really know, but I feel like that's how they see it. The second topic I'm going to be talking about is sanity. I have to say, I don't really know a lot about sanity, since I'm not a doctor and I don't have a doctor in my family, and I'm not really I don't really know a lot about this topic, but I know for certain that they have a lot of machines and materials, developed materials and machines, that a lot of other countries don't have it. Saudi Arabia is a country that has a huge amount of money thanks to the oil exporting, and this money lets them, they can expend it on a lot of things. And one of them is sanity. They spend it on there to buy really, really developed machines. So that's a very good point about Saudi. If you go to a hospital, whatever is happening to you, you're gonna have the materials or things that you need to be treated with. They're gonna have it most probably, because the amount of money they have allows them to spend it on sanity as well. Number 3 is gonna be food. One of the main dishes of Saudi Arabia, for example, can be kabsa, which is a mixture of rice, vegetables, and meat or chicken. You can choose. And they have most of their typical dishes or traditional dishes have to do with rice and meat or something. And I don't know if you guys know, but pork and alcohol are not allowed in Saudi Arabia. You cannot have pork or alcohol in Saudi Arabia. I don't know if I already mentioned it in the last video. I don't think so. But still, this is just a reminder. It's strictly not allowed. You cannot find it here. You cannot sell it. You cannot even bring it inside the country or near it. You can't. It's strictly prohibited. Now, Saudi Arabia has a lot of influence from the cuisine of other countries around it. For example, these Arab countries, Lebanon, Egypt, Syria, Palestine, Jordan, all these countries have a lot of influence, and you can find a lot of these cuisines of the countries I just mentioned. But there is a bit of everything, I'd say. There is Japanese, Korean, Chinese, Spanish, European, more like kind of cuisine. You have a little bit of every cuisine, but you know, mostly they have Arabian cuisine and Arab countries cuisine, so that's good. You have a large variety, and I don't know, I love Arabic food in general, like from all these Arab countries, and so I'm absolutely happy with the food here. I gotta say, like, for me it's perfect, you know. Now, in the last video of Saudi Arabia, I did talk about the entertainment. I told you all the things you cannot do here, such as going to the cinema or concerts, but I didn't mention the things that you can actually do. You can, for example, just go to the desert. It might seem simple, but in many other countries you cannot go. For example, Spain, you wouldn't have a desert there. And you can simply now, in here, go to the desert, spend your day there, do some drifting with your car, or just simply go have lunch and enjoy, you know, there as a different day. It's actually a different thing you can do. And every year they open this kind of fair. It's called Janadria, and it is always built, but they just open it in this period of the year, which is, I think, around from January to March. I'm not sure when exactly, but somewhere in between that. And it is fun to go. I go like almost every year that I've been here, so I've been like there like 2-3 times. And you go and see, there's food there, there's some acts, there's the typical Saudi dance. Saudi music. And a lot of things about Saudi, there is the place to go if you want to know them. I mean, it's a very, very, very different thing to do, and it is fun just to go for one day on the year and just enjoy the Saudi culture, how it is. It is totally free to go to Janadria, so if you're living here, I would really recommend you to go if you have the opportunity to. And the times are divided into two. At first it's only for men, and then it's for families. So if you're a man, you can go on the first period, and if you're a family, you can go on the second period. But you know, you're still allowed to go. There is also horse races that you can go. There is this horse place. I'm not sure what it is. If I find the name, I'll leave it somewhere in the screen. But I also like to go, and it's always open, I think, during the whole year, except on Fridays, obviously. And you go there, you watch the horse races, and you can eat, you can buy things, and yeah, it's a kind of event. But another thing that really caught my attention when I first came to Saudi was to see all the women wearing a lot of makeup, actually, because although you can, for most of them, you can only see their eyes, you can already see they're wearing like fake eyelashes, which is actually nice. But I mean, in Spain, we almost never see that unless it's like a huge party or a very important event. But just to go to the mall, they go really, like, they wear a lot of makeup, and it is, you know, they always go perfectly with their makeup perfectly done, with their hair done, with very nice clothes, although it's under their bias, but still they like to go pretty, even if they're, you know, even if they have to wear the bias, they like to be pretty under it. So guys, I think this is all for this video. If you have any questions or things that I haven't mentioned, leave it in the comments down below, and I will be so happy to answer you. So I hope you enjoyed and learned more about Saudi Arabia, and give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe to see more of my videos. Bye, see you soon.